We'll begin with about 5 minutes where I'll explain what we're going to do. We'll also take one quote from Mother's agenda and then we'll go into the practice. So, the first step we're going to do today within the body is bare awareness. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll start from head to toe. You just drop down. So when you're dropping down within your body, let your awareness be in this posture. Like in yoga, they'll say, keep your hands like this for receptive. Similarly, you drop your awareness. It's as if you're dropping like this, and inner gaze is always linked to the above. If you notice in yoga where the one leg stand, they'll say keep the eye fixed on a point ahead of you so that it will give you the anchor. Slowly, we want our anchor to be, so when we say above, initially it is vague. It is vague because the region has not concretely opened for us. But there are definite planes of consciousness, not one. And hopefully at some time we'll have the capacity to make a separate exploration on that. So when you're keeping it above, you have to wait till you get some quality. Bare minimum is silence, vastness, height, any of that is the bare minimum. Even if you feel a certain height, that is fine. So like that, we link up. And as you drop down, bare observation, as you pass through each part of the body, just observe the sensations. There could be pain, there could be irritation, there could be an illness, there could be a part of the body good, there could be a sudden joy, there could be a desire, there could be memories. Bare observation without putting any more practice in, like trying to work on it, nothing. Bare observation is the first step. Okay. So you will take 8 minutes to make a landing from the top to the feet. Go slow like that. For the next practice, before I share, I'll read this quote. I put it in the chat in case you want to follow, but I will also read. So, any of you all who are reading the agenda, volume 1 to, let's say, a half of 10 is of a certain flavor. Volume 10, somewhere kind of, till 13 is another flavor, which is perhaps we get the core practices there, just letting you know. This is from volume 10, page 292. When one is assailed by the vision of this disorder and this confusion, there is only one thing to do. It is to go into the consciousness in which one knows that there is only one being, one consciousness, one power. There is only one oneness, and all those things take place within this oneness. And that all our petty vision, our petty knowledge, our petty judgments, our petty ... all of it is nothing. It's microscopic in comparison with the consciousness that rules over the whole. And then, if one has in the least the sense of why separate individualities exist, maybe it's only to enable aspiration. The existence of aspiration of this movement of self-giving and surrender, of trust and faith, the faith that there lies the raison d'etre of the makeup of individuals, and the aspiration to become that in all one's intensity and all one's sincerity, that's the only thing needed. Simply boils down to that there is only one consciousness, which we have heard, but we feel separate. And not only that, the word decentralization, all parts of our body are connected to our own center, but they seem to have the capacity to act on their own way. Like they can get trapped in a problem or a thought or a memory and get lost. So it's almost as if these separate points or cells in the body, they also slowly need to turn towards the divine. So it's a lot of work in that sense of it, a labor of love. But that seems to be the way, in one way of speaking. So there are two practices we're going to pick from here. We need to connect to the one consciousness. We are using vastness in this course from the beginning. If you notice, two reasons why we are using vastness. Without vastness, your body cannot receive much because it is always in a guarded or a contained way. It has to be receptive. One aspect is vastness. Another reason why we are also doing vastness, which I realized after reading this quote, is vastness is one aspect of the one consciousness. Okay. So once again, we will connect vastness on the sides, vastness above, vastness below. We will do that. And then, so the second practice will be we connect to vastness, and then we will come back to the body. When we come back to the body, we begin with sensations. So sensations is a representation of the plus and minus stored in the body. These are transitory stuff. They come, they go. They come, they go. They come, they go. It keeps changing. Okay. But there is a base. The substance itself is the base, which is our pursuit. Today, we're going to introduce something different. It may land, it may not land. Both are okay, all right? So beneath these sensations, we will search for pulsations. Like you have the heartbeat that is constantly going. In different parts, you will have pulsations. This is different from sensations because it's a functionality of the body. It is pulsating all the time, but we are not aware. Either pulsations or vibrations. Now, when we are talking vibrations, we are going closer to the substance. We are going closer to the cells itself. Okay. So vibration is another functionality. It is not a function of what is coming in and getting absorbed. The parts are vibrating, definitely with different qualities. Maybe in the beginning with an ordinary vibration, as it evolves with a greater vibration, that is true. But the vibration is there. We are not aware of it because we are so much caught in our transitory sensation, thoughts, emotions. We will attempt today to detect pulsations and vibrations. Now, if it doesn't come, don't bother too much. Just continue with the practice. If it comes, see, the pulsation and vibration can exist only on a medium, right? It has to pulsate on a medium. That medium is the substance. Now, ultimately, this boils down to work on the cells. What we are trying to do ultimately will boil down to cells work. Cells means these tiny atoms or in the substance itself. Now, but we don't have the vision yet. It needs a particular vision, which we don't have. But we can approximate. It's a guess game. It's an approximation. Like in a dark room, you can't see much, but you can approximate something. Like that, wherever there is the pulsation and vibration, we'll go there and we'll wait there quietly. And with an intuitive approximation, you will put your attention in what appears as cells, and then we'll simply open it to a divine, either a divine presence or a divine quality, which is the way of linking up. The addition we are bringing today is bare observation first before we start the practice, holding awareness, holding vastness in all dimensions. I'm taking a little bit more time to explain. So, like today morning when I was doing my yoga, I took that single leg posture, and I took some time, maybe 2 minutes. I tried that, and then with that I opened my above to connect to the above. My feet were slightly wobbling. With that, I tried to connect below. So with that, I connected. The moment I connected to the substance, the posture was becoming very nice. All that you're learning here, you can do it in your dynamic practices. Maybe another day, I'll just take a Q&A on that and explain it to you. Okay. So back to the practice. First, bare observation, and then we connect to vasanas all over. And then, and then we go observe sensations. We would have already observed sensations first. Then we will look for pulsations and vibration, guess around cells, open it to the divine. This is the practice today. Any major doubts you can ask, or we'll step in. Okay. The courage is to do it sensorially. So you just have to follow my instructions. Now, one clarification. Sometimes when you're following the process, something profound will start happening for you. If it happens, you have to follow that, not my instruction. See, the instruction is an imitation of a truth that exists. The body is linked to the divine. If it is linked, it will be in this manner. So we are putting it as a practice. We are converting the truth in a practice. Sometimes, because of grace or some movement, maybe your aspiration is strong, you will be thrown into something. Follow that, not me. And when that is over, just come, listen, and wherever we are, just continue with that. Okay? Kindly close your eyes. I give you a minute to meet your body, to take your awareness inside your body, to be with your breath, to come to the moment. Also, connect the body to some divine presence or quality, which is the basic practice, dual concentration, a portion of your awareness within your body, a tiny portion of your awareness with a great humility, left present within a divine quality or presence. There is no method to it. By keeping on practicing, it'll unfold by itself. We begin the first practice. Start the practice from the top of your head, and I'll be quiet for 8 minutes. In between, after 4 minutes, I'll just speak something so that you know that half point is over. From head to the feet, slowly drop. And at each point, each part, wherever you are, practice bare observation. Now, you're not observing from the mind. You're it's like wherever your awareness is landing inside that body, there are some inner senses. You see something, you feel something. It's your senses that observes itself. So simply you just have to be there, but extend. You have to widen your awareness into the body in that point, and then you will start observing. As you observe, practice being bare means no action, no judgment. Just observe the different plus and minus, the pains, the different colors, the different energies embedded inside your body. try and keep your awareness microscopic, point, point. And if possible, when you pass into the new regions in your body, in the peripheral gaze, the earlier points, awareness can also be maintained if possible, so that there is a multifold awareness present in a bare observation way. Now, we'll just do, if you have not come to your feet, take about 30 seconds and just reach there. And now we're going to do something intuitive. Without thinking, as your awareness is spread in a bare observation way, sensorially practicing melting of your body as if it is trusting fully the Supreme Divine. The gods and the goddesses connection can be there, but here it is a trust much above their domain, the domain of the Supreme Divine, where there is oneness. So without thinking how, for 2 minutes, across the body, just see if you can get into a melting kind of a sensation, as if the body fully clings to the divine's truth, the divine's grace. Practice it at the sensation level. It'll be easy to do it from the mind. Sensation. So which means it's like it's a slight, you're keeping your awareness within the sensations, and it's a slight manipulation of the sensations. The action will be, it's almost like slightly bringing the sensations together, and then it's just an intuitive knack, just a mild sense of letting go and trusting the divine fully. Do it at the sensation level, not the normal way that we do, which is from the bhakti, the heart or the mind. That transforms the heart and the mind. Here we want it at the sensation at the body level. If you carefully observe, sometimes you may get that sensation, but slowly it will be lost because the habit is otherwise in the body. The body has been used to this absorption, the difficulty storing inside. So it somewhat goes back to it. Once again, with aspiration, just this will take only a few seconds, and it's a practice by itself. Just intuitively put your sensations into a slight melting posture facing the divine or the divine quality or presence. The attitude you would take is if you want to teach something important to a child, even if the child forgets, you're ready to repeat it 1,000 times or 1 crore times. Similarly, the cells of the body are like children. You're willing to put this practice again and again. Just teaching the sensations. You just, with your awareness, touch the sensations. Just move it slightly together and immediately just jump into a slight surrender or melting position, facing a divine quality or the above, and that's it. Now, when you're doing it, some parts of the body will still be stubborn. Here, you take a loving warrior's approach. It's not passive way. Until we are fully linked with the divine, a certain intensity of sadhana is needed from our side in a calm way. So, if still a part is holding an illness or an old formation, gently you will take that posture, nothing doing. This cannot be inside this body. Even a limited way a body is functioning, let's say it does not have full stamina. Let's say that, it's feeling a bit weak here and there. Even in such cases, you will put this very calm and strong posture, saying no, and mildly group the sensations to intuitively get into a surrender or melting posture. We now let this continue. We don't have to lose this. We now need the vastness, because it's only with vastness that we can receive. So we'll do this mildly. Cast your gaze, your inner gaze, or your inner felt sense in the infinity in front of you, behind you, or on your sides. And as you expand thus your awareness, it's almost as if what I mentioned before, the mouth of awareness, it's almost as if it is vast, very, very, very vast. So, which means your awareness itself is anchored in vastness. If you have come into your body, you will know it because you will feel the body differently in the normal way. If you're centered in vasanas and from there you sense your body, the body will feel different. It could appear smaller or larger or more silent, but always it will feel differently when you're anchored in vasanas. Extend your awareness. So, the more you're connecting to the vastness, the more we're also touching one aspect of the one consciousness. And to extend this, become aware of the vastness above the head. Vastness, height, and any other properties or qualities that open up. Simply be aware of that infinite vastness and the height above your head. And if possible, only if possible, the spiritual formula goes as above, so below. So below your feet, it'll feel as if you're entering the earth, but you're entering into the subconscious and inconscient. Below the feet, also cast your gaze into the vastness and the depth, where at the depth there will be a sudden discovery of something divine, or a quality of the divine, or a subtle color. Just cast your gaze into the vastness and in the infinite depth, leading to something sacred below. Somewhat, when we connect to vastness, around us, above and below, somewhat to some extent, we are beginning to touch the one consciousness, or rather, one aspect of the one consciousness. Keep this connection. Go back into your body now, maintaining this connection with the vastness. And once again, sense the different sensations in the body across, the different pains, the different pleasant minus, the imperfections present in the body, physical, emotional, etc. Just be aware. But this time, as you're aware, you're also remembering the vastness. Then I'm going to give a subtle addition of practice. If it doesn't come, I will repeat it later. Intuitively grasping all the sensations and bringing it slightly closer at different points in the body. Move the sensations into a melting posture, but also resting it on vastness. It's like the vastness is there across the body. And as you are grouping the sensations, just bringing it together just a little bit and intuitively jumping into a melting posture, something will start dropping away from the body. Let it rest on vastness. So simply how you will do is, as you put the sensations into a melting posture, remember and feel the vastness, because the vastness will automatically start offering it to the one consciousness that governs the whole. And now we'll go into some subtle work with aspiration that the divine guides you with this. It's a very subtle work. And with no ambition that we should get it right the first time, having the simplicity that if you don't get it the first time, you're prepared to do it a million times. And whenever it wants to come, let it come with that absolute simplicity, without agenda and goals. maintaining connection to the vastness. Move your awareness into the body beneath the sensations. So it's almost like across the body. Maybe you do it at one point and then another point, or in multiple points. Beneath the sensations, you take your awareness, and I'll be very quiet for 3-4 minutes. You're searching for that automatic pulsation, automatic vibration that is going on all the time. You have to listen very quietly. Now, we need to be very open because sometimes the vibrations are just normal and slow, but actually the vibrations can be super fast. They're so fast that you're not able to detect it because it almost appears immobile. So you have to go within the body's substance, and then, like the heartbeats, you'll get pulsations everywhere and some vibrations. So in the vibrations, there are movement, but it occurs in the same spot, in the same point. Now, somewhere, if you get some pulsation or vibration, we will not be able to see the cells because we don't have the vision, but we can guess. We can intuitively approximate. So, being very close to that vibration in some point or a few points, the vibration has to vibrate on a medium, in this case, the substance. And then in the substance itself, the singular cells or a group of cells. So just where there is vibration, approximately guess that here, I think there will be these cells. Just start guessing or approximating now. Normally, when you approximate the cell, you will feel something, but you will not be able to sense it fully. Turn it to the divine quality or presence in some way, that you're telling the divine, let you become the center in this particular place where there could be a cell or cells. So simply you're placing your awareness in that approximated space or guess space where you may feel something slightly solid, not fully. Just simply turn it to a divine presence or quality, or even you can chant the name of the divine just in that point, just where you think there could be the cell. Simply chant the name of the divine or the mother inside there and turn it to them. So when you turn it to them, a tiny part of your awareness is kept within the divine quality or presence. A tiny portion is kept within the approximated cell, and you keep turning, like slightly moving the cell's orientation until you feel a click. And in another position, the click will go away. The click is there is a connection felt between those cells that could be there and a divine quality of presence. Then suddenly everything will be different there. If there is that click, you will notice an extraordinary tiny increase of joy or light in what you think could be where the cells are. We'll try this one more time, taking less effort because it's very difficult for us to do it, because we are imitating something very subtle that is already there and truthful, fully relying on the automatic clicking of the capacity to do this, but we still do it in our small ways. So detect the vibration or pulsation in a different location or once more across your body. Just, just go like into the source of that vibration or pulsation, the start point. Closer to the start point, definitely there are the cell or the cells. Intuitively place your gaze or awareness or your breath there. And simply turn it to a divine presence or quality. In a very receptive way, in a way of gratitude. In a way of wait, that you're willing to wait even for lifetime to receive. You're in no hurry, but you're prepared. I will close the session now. You take your time. Let the practice continue for some time, as much time as you have. We're right at 8 o'clock, so you can approximately know how much time you have. Just give it some time, and as it settles, you can wind up the practice and open your eyes. You're on your own now.